Every single day, this factory transforms over 300 tons of raw peanuts into the creamy, delicious peanut butter that millions of people spread on their toast. But the journey from farm to jar is far more fascinating than you could ever imagine. Today, we're taking you inside one of the world's largest peanut butter factories to reveal every single step of this incredible process. It all begins here at the receiving dock. These trucks arrive carrying peanuts straight from farms across the region. Each truck holds approximately 25 tons of raw, unshelled peanuts. Before these peanuts go any further, they undergo rigorous quality inspection. Every batch is tested for moisture content, size, consistency, and any potential contamination. Quality control specialists manually inspect samples from each delivery. They're looking for the perfect peanuts, properly sized, free from mold, and at exactly the right moisture level of 7–9%. Approved peanuts are transporting via pneumatic tubes to these massive storage silos. Each silo can hold up to 50 tons of peanuts and maintains precise temperature and humidity control. Inside these climate-controlled silos, peanuts can be stored for several weeks without any degradation in quality. The temperature is kept at exactly 55 degrees Fahrenheit to prevent any oil rancidity. Sophisticated monitoring systems track every parameter 24/7. If anything deviates even slightly, alarms alert the operators immediately. Now begins the intensive cleaning process. First, peanuts pass through giant rotating screens that separate out rocks, sticks, and any other foreign material. Next, they're subjected to powerful air streams called aspirators. These blow away any remaining dirt, dust, or lightweight debris while the heavier peanuts continue on their journey. The distoner is fascinating. It uses carefully calibrated vibrations and angles to separate peanuts from any remaining stones. Peanuts bounce forward while heavier stones fall through gaps. By the end of this cleaning gauntlet, the peanuts are absolutely pristine, ready for the next critical step. This is where things get really interesting. The shelling machines process an astounding 3 tons of peanuts every single hour. Watch this carefully. The gap between the rollers is calibrated to crack the shell without damaging the precious kernel inside. It's a precision operation that happens thousands of times per minute. After shelling, gravity and air do the rest. The lighter shells are blown away while the heavier kernels fall onto collection conveyors. Nothing goes to waste. These shells are collected and sold as animal bedding, garden mulch, and even as biomass fuel. This factory processes over 100 tons of shells every week. Wide shot of high-tech optical sorting line with thousands of peanut kernels flowing down illuminated channels while high-speed cameras and sensors scan each one. Futuristic food processing technology, blue LED accent lighting, precision engineering. Every single kernel now passes through optical sorting machines. High-speed cameras take 400 pictures per second, analyzing each peanut for color, size, and defects. When a defect is detected, compressed air jets fire in milliseconds, ejecting that kernel from the stream. This happens so fast, the human eye can barely see it. The sorting is incredibly precise. Only the highest grade kernels, perfectly golden, uniformly sized, make it to the next stage. Technicians constantly calibrate these machines, ensuring the standards remain exceptionally high throughout every shift. Now we reach the most critical step, roasting. This is where raw peanuts transform into the rich, aromatic kernels that give peanut butter its iconic flavor. Inside these massive drums, peanuts are roasted at exactly 320 degrees Fahrenheit for precisely 40 minutes. The timing and temperature are absolutely critical. Watch the transformation. The heat triggers the Maillard reaction, developing hundreds of complex flavor compounds. Too little roasting and the flavor is weak. Too much and they become bitter. As they exit the roaster, the peanuts are at 350 degrees internally. They're immediately spread onto cooling conveyors. Powerful fans rapidly cool them to 95 degrees in just 15 minutes. This stops the roasting process and prevents any overdevelopment of the flavors. Most commercial peanut butter uses blanched peanuts. That means the thin reddish skin is removed. This machine does it through gentle friction and air. The skins are so light that gentle air currents carry them away while the kernels, now perfectly smooth and golden, continue to the grinding stage. The difference is remarkable. Blanched peanuts create a smoother, creamier butter with a lighter color that consumers prefer. This is where peanuts become peanut butter. These industrial grinders are absolute beasts. Each one can process 2 tons of peanuts per hour. The grinders use massive rotating plates with microscopic gaps. As peanuts pass between them, they're crushed and sheared into progressively smaller particles. After the first grinding pass, you can see we have something resembling chunky peanut butter, but we are far from done. At this stage, the mixture is about 90% ground, with noticeable chunks. The natural peanut oils are just beginning to release. For creamy peanut butter, the mixture now enters a second, much finer grinding stage. The gap between grinding plates is reduced to just 25 microns, about 1/3 the width of a human hair. Look at that transformation. What emerges is silky smooth, perfectly ground peanut butter with the ideal texture. The particles are now so fine, they're imperceptible on the tongue. The difference is night and day. This second grinding creates the ultra-smooth texture that defines premium peanut butter. Now the peanut butter moves into these gigantic mixing tanks. Each tank holds 5,000 pounds of product, and this is where the final formulation happens. Small amounts of vegetable oil are added to adjust consistency and prevent separation. About 2–3% by weight ensures the butter stays creamy and spreadable. Salt and sugar are added for flavor, typically around 1–2% each. Some manufacturers also add stabilizers like monodiglycerides to keep the oil from separating in the jar. The mixer runs for exactly 12 minutes, ensuring perfect uniformity. Every single jar will taste identical because of this precise blending. Before jarring, the peanut butter is heated to 160 degrees. This serves two purposes. It makes the butter fluid enough to pour easily, and it helps with food safety. Next comes homogenization. Under extreme pressure, the peanut butter is forced through tiny valves, breaking down any remaining particle clusters and creating a perfect emulsion of oil and solids. This is where it all comes together. This filling line can process 120 jars per minute. That's 7,200 jars every hour. Each jar receives exactly the labeled amount, typically 16 or 18 ounces. The filling is so precise, the variation is less than 0.1 ounce. Lids are applied and torqued to exact specifications. Too loose and air gets in. Too tight and consumers can't open them. The hot jars now pass through a cooling tunnel. As the peanut butter cools, it thickens to that perfect spreadable consistency. High-speed labeling machines apply labels with perfect precision. Each jar spins past sensors that ensure the label is perfectly aligned. Robotic packers arrange jars into cases. These robots can handle 150 jars per minute, working 24/7 without fatigue. Cases are sealed, coded with production dates, and stacked for shipping. Each case contains 12 jars and weighs about 25 pounds. Throughout this entire process, quality control never stops. Every hour, samples are pulled and subjected to rigorous testing. Texture, viscosity, particle size, oil separation, taste, aroma, everything is measured and must fall within strict parameters. And there you have it, from raw peanut to finished jar, ready to be shipped to stores across the country. This single factory produces over 15 million jars of peanut butter every year. Next time you spread peanut butter on your toast, you'll know the incredible journey it took to get there. Thousands of peanuts, dozens of precision processes, and countless quality checks, all to create that perfect, creamy spoonful.
Enjoy this.
If you enjoyed this deep dive into food manufacturing, make sure to subscribe for more fascinating factory tour. Thanks for watching.